I am here, ladies and gentlemen, with Big Poppa Pump Scott Steiner. For those who follow my podcast sitting ringside, you'll know that Scott has promised. You have promised, right?
I said maybe.
He has promised to do my podcast. We did hook him in on the Hannibal TV, so we're going to keep trying to get him to call in and do the podcast sitting ringside. But Scott, great to see you. What are you up to? I know that you're a small business owner.
Yep, still have my restaurant. Trying to make money when the Nasty Boys don't come in.
I heard recently the Nasty Boy, because it's a full bar at the Shoney's, right, in Ackworth.
Yeah, and they came with a $5 bill.
I heard they came in and sat there for about 8 hours. Yeah. You hosted them for a while, and then I believe you had to call in backups and your brother, Ricky.
I needed to take a break, so I left, and then my brother came in. No, it's good to see those guys, man. I always had a fun time with those guys, so I was glad they showed up.
So I have a legitimate question that I was going to ask you if and when you're on my podcast, and I'm not holding my breath, so I'm going to ask you now since you're right here in front of me. Back towards the end of WCW, your character was a bit off. Felt like you could go off at any time, and I actually, as a shoot, I actually, would kind of run away or walk away, if I thought you didn't look the right way. How much of that was being in character, and how much of that was just being fed up and losing it?
Well, a lot was being fed up of the bullshit,
This is why I ran away, because I had a feeling it wasn't all the work.
Yeah, I mean, you got tired of the shit that was being put out on TV, and they, it was just tiring, It was like, I think, I was about ready to snap, because it was just horrible shit, It was like I'm supposed to, it was just, I was ready to snap.
See, I've been wanting to know that.
Those memories out.
You're going to snap me. Hey, let's talk about better memories. We're here for WrestleMania 35, WrestleMania weekend. What's your favorite WrestleMania memory?
None.
None?
No. No, the one I was in, it was in Las Vegas. It was a horrible place. It was outside.
Is that the one where they wore togas, the announcers?
Yeah, that's where Bobby Heenan came in with riding backwards on the camel.
God bless Bobby
Heenan. Bobby Heenan was great. It was great to work with him, but it was outside, so all the noise went up. It was just terrible atmosphere. So none.
Do you have a favorite WCW moment?
WCW what?
Moment.
I mean, anytime.
When it closed?
No, that was the worst day of wrestling.
Yeah.
Then the monopoly began.
Yeah.
I mean, every time you won a world title, or world tag team titles, or going to Japan, wrestling in front of 70,000 people was great. But nothing really tops when you wrestle in front of 193,000 people, 3 days in a row in North Korea. So.
I was going to bring that up. There's a lot of talk in the news now about North Korea, and you guys did a 3-day event there back in the 90s. Tell me about your memories of that country.
Oh, God, horrible food, We went over there with Muhammad.
I thought Japanese food was great. Or Korean food. No Korean barbecue in Korea?
No, it was worse than, Japan's was okay, but luckily I brought a bunch of my own food with me, tuna fish and stuff. Yeah, we went over there, Muhammad Ali. It was a big celebration for Ricky Tenzan. Ricky Dozan.
Ricky Dozan?
Yeah.
Antonio Inoki was part of that?
Yeah, that was his show. Right. It wasn't a WCW show. It was a New Japan show. And because we were wrestling for New Japan at that time. But yeah, it was, 193,000 is kind of hard to imagine,
Yeah.
Because it was outdoor Olympic Park, you look way up and people look about that big, So other than the food and, once we landed, they grabbed our passports, so we knew we were fucked.
I think we could say that. Can we say that?
So, yeah, you really could. Just the propaganda. They only had 3 channels.
Is it all propaganda news?
Oh yeah, it's like black and white TV, 3 channels. One was military. The other was like, it was They were definitely back in the like 40s, 50s.
That's crazy, but with them in the news, it's interesting to hear your take on being in that country. Hey, Scotty, thank you so much. I know you don't do a lot of these. I'm still going to bug you to do my podcast at some point, but if I don't get a chance, I appreciate the time. And don't forget, if you're ever in North Atlanta, if you want to stop in to Shoney's in Ackworth, you might see Big Poppa Pump here doing dishes, huh?
I'm there all the time, man.
But unless you're the Nasty Boys, no free bar tab.
That's right.
Thank you so much.
All right, man.
Take care.
Yep.